Okay, today I'm going to show you guys what contrast filters are and how to use them. This is a box of contrast filters. They are at every enlarger station. They are numbered, as you can see, 5 down to 0, and over here we have halves, 4.5, 3.5 down to 00. They are different colors, as you can see, ranging according to the number. The numbers have to do with how much contrast they will give or not give to an image. All right, you handle these by the case that they are in, so we are not touching the filter, not putting scratches on it, fingerprints, things like that, because of course those will all transfer over to your image, so you want to be very careful. And like anything in photography, this box of filters costs about $80, so it is expensive, and so we want to make sure we take good care of them. All right, this box of filters lives right next to the enlarger at every enlarger station right here. As you can see, every box should have all of its filters in there, and the filters go on the filter ring. So right here's our red safe light. We move that out of the way and we grab whatever filter we would need and we place it right there on the ring. Everybody see that? Yeah, it might not sit completely perfect. That's okay. As long as it's sitting there, the light will go through it. When we don't want it, of course, we can swing it away just like we could with the red safe light. Now, do note, this is not a safe light. This is your safe light. This is not. Yes, it's a color, but light goes through these, so it is not safe. So don't get in that mistake of placing it there and thinking because it is a color, it is safe. It is not, okay? This is your safe light, and usually that is where it will live, right there on this filter ring, okay? So, how are we going to use these filters? Well, you can see right here, there's a little chart. The higher the number, the increase of contrast will be given to your image. The lower the number, you will decrease your contrast. 2, about 2.5 is neutral, meaning it's really not going to affect the print either way. It's just kind of the, that center ground. So a 5 filter right here would give the most contrast. A 00, or as you can just see on my chart, I have a 0, would give a least amount of contrast. And you can see here I have made prints. There's the 00, there is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully you noticed as we went up in numbers, the increase of contrast. Notice right here, this 1 filter. See how gray that is? We don't really have any solid blacks anywhere. It is all just very gray, as opposed to our 5 filter, where you can see them side by side. Look how much more black we have in the blacks and the whites. We lost a lot of detail in the sky there, and we now have, you can see the 2 different images, number 5, and here's a number 1, okay? So, I have given you a handout, so you will have an assignment attached to this. So basically how we use filters is always you want to just start with an original print. And we do that by doing, of course, a test strip. So here's my test strip. I look at it. Here's the print that you can see from it. Off of the test strip, you would determine, do I need more contrast? Do I need less contrast? From there, you would then decide what filter you would want to do. If I want more contrast, then I would, go with a 3, a 4, or 5, or these halves. If I want less contrast, then I would go with anything less than a 2. Usually we go with more contrast. We tend to not need to take away contrast when we print. We tend to want to add the contrast. So we tend to work more with the 3s, the 4s, and the 5s, okay? But you would take from the test strip, you would then determine, okay, I think I might need more contrast. So then you would pick the filter that you would like, say, okay, I'm going to go with a 3. Place the 3 in the filter ring, do a test strip of it, and then make another print. And you would just keep doing that until you actually get a test strip of the contrast that you like. So for your assignment, what I'm going to have you do, and I'm going to give you this handout so you'll have it. On the back of this handout, of course, here is that chart that we have right here. I put it right here for you so you can see increased contrast, decreased contrast, and then, of course, right in the middle is neutral. And we are from your assignment. what you're going to do is you're going to take an image that, when printed, look how good that looks. Doesn't really need a filter. The contrast looks pretty darn good, and that's what we want, okay? So as best you can, pick a negative that you have from roll 1 or roll 2 or roll 3. From there, you'll do the test strip, and you'll have the print of it, okay? And then you are going to grab a 5 filter, and you are going to then, with the 5 filter, do a test strip, and you are going to go from there. You have a test strip, and you are going to, from the test strip, decide what time looks best, and you are going to print a 5. With a 5 filter, you're going to print that picture, okay? And then you're also going to come over here and grab, let me put that one back, a 0 filter, all right? And you are going to do a test strip. See, look how gray that is. And then, of course, I just have a 00 here, but it's kind of the same concept. And then you're going to do a print off of that. So in the end, you're going to turn in for me the original with a test strip, a number 5 with a test strip, and a 0 with a test strip. Don't let that confuse you. Sorry, I have 2 zeros up there, but this is the 0 filter. So all 3 of those. Now on your handout, it tells you that you'll be doing 5x7s. So a half of what I'm showing you there, half a sheet of paper, just to conserve your paper. Once you have printed those, see, that is showing me your knowledge of, yes, I know how to use a filter. Yes, I know what a 1 or a 0 will give me. I know what a 5 will give me. You also need to write for me, as you can see here on number 6, a short constructed response explaining what this contrast value difference is doing. Okay, what does the 0 give us? Well, we know a 0 gives me less contrast, and we are hopefully seeing it right here. Okay, what does the 5 doing? What's that doing for the contrast? Well, we know 5 increases contrast, and it's showing me right here. So this is you showing me how you do it. This short constructed response, this little paragraph, is telling me that you understand. Here is our rubric for that. All right, it's out of, you can see 4 and 4 and 4, so the most would be 12 points. You will be answering the prompt, which is the question right here. You are going to give evidence. So you're going to explain to me, what is that 0 doing? What is that 5 doing to the contrast? And then, of course, our analysis piece is kind of answering this last question. Why do we need to use filters in photography? You can imagine why we would. These little guys right here are our friends. Filters, as I always say, are our friends. It's not a bad thing if you have to print with a filter. I usually always print with at least a 3 because I like that little boost of contrast. So filters are not a bad thing. They're actually a very wonderful thing for us to use in the darkroom in order to help our prints become stronger from the negatives that we're shooting from. Okay, so filters are a good thing. They help with the contrast or take away the contrast if need be. So refer to your handout right here, refer to this video, and try out some filters and see what you get. Thank you.